In 2008,
Millionaires,
when the United
write this
States Central
down.
Bank,
If you're
the
not taking
Federal
notes yet, this is a
Reserve,
good place
printed
to
over
start.
$2
I want you to
trillion.
know,
Other central
God don't
banks
love the
around the world that
CEO
could
more than
printed a lot
God
of money
loves the
too.
janitor. It's
By
just that the
buying financial
CEO
assets with
is
this
using
money, it
better
helps
information.
drive up asset
I want you to catch that. The CEO is just
prices,
using
which
better
makes
information.
people more
And so what I'm going to do
credit-worthy.
tonight is I'm going to give you what I
However,
consider to
this only
be
helps
the
those who
type
own
of
financial
information
assets.
that can change
You
your
see, the
life.
central
And I'm
bank
talking
can
about
print
starting
money,
tonight.
but it can only buy
I
financial
once had a
assets.
teacher, man. He was an
The
MBA
central
from
government,
Harvard
on the other
University.
hand, can buy
And then on
goods
top of
and
that, he had an
services
engineering
and put money
degree
in
from
the
like
hands of the
Stanford
people,
somewhere, right?
but it can't print money. So in order to stimulate the economy, the two must cooperate. By buying government bonds,
And then when he
the central
retired, he
bank
started doing what he loved doing most. And a lot of you guys can relate. He loved to be a teacher. And so he was teaching college courses in economics. That's one of my favorite subjects ever. He was versus how long your butt want to stay at work. You know, you can even do that with clothing that you wear, right? You know, sometimes you can just say, hey, these Jordan sneakers right here were $200 or $300, right? Or you can say, I make $20 an hour at my job, so these shoes are 15 hours of my life. Whoa. Who's this guy, Michael Jordan, again? And why does he need 15 hours of my life? You see what I'm doing? As long as we're playing mind games with ourselves, we might as well play the type of mind games that help us win. Because basically what I'm saying to you is that if you spend everything you make now, you ain't going to have no choice but to work longer. You ain't going to have no choice but to work harder. This is how slavery works. But if you start investing in your financial future now, you're going to have choices, baby. And that's how freedom works. You're going to have choices. All of a sudden, you can retire early. All of a sudden, you can travel more. All of a sudden, you can continue your career or maybe start a new 6.5 years ago, something like that. I now have a platinum American Express. You get what I mean? A platinum. Like it's heavy when it. Can y'all hear that? A platinum American Express card. The only card bigger than this is what they call the black card. And the black card is signature only. But just like the black card, this card has no limit. I could go and buy a house and put it on this card. You get what I'm saying? But you got to be careful. Millionaires, the thing that you got to think about with your credit cards is that selling money is huge business. You probably get invitations in the mail all the time to sign up for new credit cards. You probably get a couple of them a month because it's huge as a moneymaker. Having some credit cards is important, and we're going to get into that in a minute, especially if you travel. They're a lot safer. They're a lot easier to track than cash, but you got to be careful, millionaires. Credit is the easiest way to get into debt. When you buy something with that little piece of plastic or platinum, you don't feel the effects right away. Remember when you were a little kid, man? And you'd have $100 bill and you would keep it the whole week because you was like, I ain't about to break this $100 bill. Why? Because you knew if you broke it, it was gone. But now all we do is swipe all day. So you never get the awareness pain of blowing your money, even when it's on frivolous crap. Millionaires, you got to be careful. You got to make sure that whatever you buy is still going to make you happy around the time the bill gets there. You hear me? Because he was like, here's the third thing that I want you to know. When it comes to getting rich, millionaires, it's hard to get rich quick, but it's really easy to get rich slowly. Millionaires, when you adjust your and then it's about your habits. Discipline's an illusion. It's really about your vision and your habits. You really only need enough discipline to form the habit. And then after that, you'll feel weird when you don't do it. Take putting aside money, for instance. Millionaires, I just now put up a post earlier today that I don't even know if a lot of people understand what I was trying to say, right? But what I was trying to say in this post is that many of us have the wealth and we're just not using it. Does that make sense to you? Many of us have everything that we need, but we aren't treating it that way. Does that make sense to you? Millionaires, if you were to look at the amount of money that you're making, then I think that you would be really ashamed at how much of it that you're keeping. Do you hear me? You tell me you can't afford it. Millionaires, if you've been working 5 years and you don't have $5,000 saved, what you're saying is you haven't been able to save $20 a week. I'm going to say that again. If you've been working 5 years and you don't have $5,000 saved, what you're saying is that you haven't been able to save $20 a week. And keep it 100 with me. Nobody's going homeless over saving $20 a week. True or true? True or true, millionaires? Nobody. Saving is a habit of the wealthy. But let me tell you what the wealthy do. They don't just save it, they invest it. So, what am I saying all of this to say? What I'm saying to you is that there are some solutions that you need to start looking at if you're going to become wealthy. Here's the first one, write this down. It's called cash flow management. Cash flow management. What does that mean? What is cash flow anyway? Cash flow is how the rich measure dollars. See, the poor measure dollars in terms of, the poor measure money in terms of dollars. The wealthy measure money with time. So let's just say there's a split screen, right? I'm explaining it to you really, really quickly, and then you're never going to be the same again. If you want me to explain this and you're watching on Facebook, let me get a cash flow in the comments. Because if I'm going too fast, I need to know. I don't want to lose you because we're getting to the part that could really change your life. I was just giving you background all of this time. But now I'm about to give you the parts that could really change your life. If you're ready for me, give me a cash flow in the comments. Give me a cash flow in the comments. One time for having tea when it's cold outside. Okay, Claude. Okay, CJ. All right, Ray Sean. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Yeshua. Give me a cash flow if you're ready. Okay, Jalen. Appreciate that. Alderay. Appreciate that. Give me a cash flow. My man Merck, the most underrated king. Appreciate that, my bro. Okay, let's do it. All right, so check it out. I'm going to break down for you what cash flow is. Because once you notice, hey, Morgan, once you notice, you're never going to be broke again. Kadrian, once you notice, Brianna, once you notice, you're never going to be broke again. Ebony, listen to me well. See, cash flow is about the fact that while the poor measure their money with dollars, the wealthy measure their money with time. What do we mean by that? Let's take a split screen and say on this side, I'm a professional basketball player. And on this side, I'm a school teacher. Now, as a professional basketball player, I make $1 million a year. As a school teacher, I make $60,000 a year. Who is the richest? Well, let's figure it out. I'm on a basketball team where I make $1 million a year, but is that a lot when you're playing basketball? Yes or no? Let me see it in the comments if you're watching on Facebook. Is that a lot? Is $1 million a year a lot when you're playing professional basketball? What would you guys say? Is $1 million a lot? Let me see it in the comments. Let me see it in the comments. Is $1 million a lot when I'm playing professional basketball? I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. Just work with me. Would you say that $1 million is a lot? Now, if I'm playing on the same team with a guy who makes 40 million this season, and I make a million, should I be buying the same champagne as Steph Curry? Should I be driving the same car as Steph Curry? Should my wife have the same size ring as Steph Curry? Of course not. But do I do it anyway? Of course I do. Why? Because I'm here to keep up with the Joneses, baby. We young, we yelling YOLO. So guess what? I make $1 million a year, but I spend $2 million. I make $1 million, but I spend $2 million. You know what that means? That means I only have 6 months of cash flow. That means I'm broke by June. Now I still got it to spend because, again, selling money is big business. They'll give it to me on what? Credit. So now I'm in debt. And the best-selling book of all time tells us clearly that the borrower is the slave to the lender. It tells you. That ain't me saying we slaves. That is the best book on entrepreneurship ever written saying that we're slaves, because borrowers are always slave to the lender. So I make $1 million, but I'm spending $2 million. That means I only have 6 months of cash flow. Here's where it gets deep. Now on the other side of the split screen, I'm the school teacher, right? I only make $60,000 a year. In the comments, do you now get it? Did I do good? What's negative cash flow? Negative cash flow is when you spend more money because you're broke. Now, Hazik, what the heck are you talking about? How could positive cash flow? What do you mean you have money so you save money? And what do you mean you don't have money so you spend more? How can I spend more if I don't have it, Hazik? Yeah, that's stupid, Hazik, right? I hear y'all. Check it out. Let's say we both walk on the car lot and you got $10,000 cash. So you grab that charger. Maybe you being financially literate. So you grab a 2015 charger instead of the 2019 and you just give them $10,000 cash. Boom. But I want the same car, but I don't have the cash. What do I have to do, millionaires? What do I have to do? I've got to put it on what? Payments. So now by the time I'm finished with that car loan, and oh my God, don't let me have bad credit, I'm probably paying 15 or 20,000 for the same car you were able to pay 10 with, because me not having money cost me money. And you having money saves you money. They wanted 10 for it. You was probably able to give them 8,000 cash. Why? Because you had more cash flow. But we're not measuring it in dollars. We're measuring it in time. How long can you live Or even better yet, you get it now. So the minute you start because what we always say, write this down in your notes. The poor think tax refund. The wealthy think tax shelter. You knew that. The poor think like a chump. The wealthy think like a Trump. Except you don't cheat on your taxes like Trump does. But when Hillary Clinton tried him on one of them debates, Orange Man was like, yeah, that's because I'm smart. When Hillary's like, oh, he doesn't pay taxes, as much taxes as everybody else. He's like, because I'm smart. You know what I mean? I'm going to put that up on my Facebook page later. Hilarious. But my point to you is that you don't want to think like a chump. You actually don't want to think like Trump neither, but that's a whole different training. But my point is with the taxes, stay focused. What I'm talking about is with the taxes. You are not no patriot because you overpay taxes and you loan your money to the government all year, interest free, and then pay Mr. Visa to borrow what you need. So the minute you start a home-based business, you can adjust your W-4 and increase your take-home pay. Now your paycheck goes up $400, $500, $600 a month. And if anybody wants to see proof, go to a Facebook group called Business Personal Credit and Cash Flow Success Stories. Credit and Cash Flow Success Stories. It's right there in the Facebook. Go look for it, or whoever puts you on this broadcast, have them put you in a group. It's amazing. I saw one person's paycheck go up $1,700 a month. Now, what do you do with that extra $1,700? Go pop bottles and stand on the couch in the club? No. What we're going to do is double down on that car note. Remember how I had to put the charger on payments? Well, now that I got this extra cash flow, I can double up on the payments and knock that car note out in 3 years instead of 30, right? But I digress. By the way, using this technique right here, I paid off my place in 4.5 years. I don't even have a mortgage no more, y'all. Ain't that crazy? I was just homeless 6 years ago, and now I don't even have a mortgage. All I have to pay is my HOA fees. Isn't that incredible? But I digress. Also, I said, besides lowering taxes, lowering expenses, lowering debt. What if I told you, and I'm going to hook you guys up, there's a way to have debt elimination systems with the home-based business. There's a way to have budgeting tools with the home-based business. Wouldn't that be crazy? Well, yeah, they're out there like that. You got to do some research and whatnot, but there are home-based businesses that will also give you the tools to monitor what's going on with your debt. Like, for instance, what if there was a debt elimination system that connected right to your bank accounts and made it so that, hey, you get rid of this debt. You know how sometimes you got $100 and you don't know which bill to put it on? What if mathematically there was a formula that helped you get rid of debt 50 to 75% quicker? Wouldn't that be amazing? And then what if there was a budgeting system that, again, plugged right into your finances and then spit out a pie chart every month of exactly where your money was going? So that way it increases the awareness pain. It don't hurt you if you keep buying Starbucks and you don't notice. But around the time you get that pie chart and you see $7 a day times 5 is $35 a week, there's 4 weeks in a month. That's $140 that could be going towards my car note, or that could be going towards my mortgage, or that could be going to my investment fund. But I've been giving it to Starbucks. Now it hurts. Now instead of Starbucks, what do? We get Quick Trip. Do y'all know Quick Trip coffee is insane? I don't know if it's coffee. I'm sure it's not. I don't even like coffee, but whatever it is, it'd be hot, it'd be sweet. Anyway, and it'd be $1.99 instead of $7. Okay, so all of that gets taken. Now, what if there was also a home-based business that not only lowered your taxes, lowered your debt, and lowered your expenses, but then it also raised your credit score? Well, that company is called Novae Money. I'm going to go ahead and pull a head out the bag. We about to get out of here. Look, it's called Novae Money. All you do, right, is take a picture of your ID, take a picture of your utility bill, you upload it through the system, and you're done. In 48 hours, they email you letting you know everything they're about to tack on your report, and then they get right to work on it. There is not a company in the game that gets to work quicker. There are call centers, you get personal account managers and all of this, and all of that is only $49 a month. Now, you not only get the done-for-you credit repair service. We call it complimentary credit education and restoration, right? It's a complimentary service that we provide where all the letters get mailed out on your behalf. You know, somebody compared us to Lexington Law Firm one time. Lexington Law Firm is I'm going to say it, they're a scam. You know what I mean? How many of you know somebody that used Lexington Law Firm and wish they could find Mr. Lexington and choke him out? Right? We all know listen, it would be wrong of me, right? But I wanted to start a Facebook group called I Got Scammed by Lexington Law Firm. It's that bad. But I ain't even going to go there. But my point to you is that the reason they move so slow is they only send out 3 letters a month. Well, with us, you can get unlimited letters sent out. But that's not all. You also get this 26-page wealth manual that changes the conversation completely in the household about money. On top of that, you get a debt elimination system that connects directly to your bank accounts. You get a budgeting software. It's insane. And what I'm saying is all of that is only $49 a month. Now, what if you pay $30 more? You not only get everything I just named, but you also get a personal account manager. Now, one of our competitors, I ain't going to say their initials, but they charge $89 a month, and you got to mail your own letters. No shots, no shade, and nobody that's with the alphabet boys. But I'm just letting you know that's a ridiculous premise. I can Google the letters. Anyway, so for $30 more, which still makes us cheaper than the alphabet boys, you also get a personal account manager. You get credit monitoring that text messages you and emails you whenever there's a change with your score. Not only that, you get the credit score simulator that tells you exactly what your score is going to look like before you pay or spend or apply for anything. Not only that, you get the credit score builder planner that separates your score into 5 different categories and tells you which part of your formula is off. One lady, her name is Dr. George. I don't know if she's watching right now. She'll probably watch the replay if she's not watching right now. But Dr. Cheryl, if you're here to speak up. But she joined on the 15th of the month. By the 12th of the next month, her score was already up 95 points. Dr. Cheryl D. George. You can find her on Facebook, look it up, or she's in the testimony group. She joined on the 15th of the month. By the 12th of the next month, her score was up 95 points. She went and got a brand new truck with a 4% interest rate. And her credit union just gave her the check to walk in there with. What's my point? My point to you is that this stuff works. Somebody write this down in the comments. NovaeWorks.com. NovaeWorks.com. It's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. So, but that's not all. You not only get the personal account manager. So if you're a realtor, if you're a tax preparation professional, if you're a car salesman, you don't have time to memorize the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So what if there was a company that just provided you an appointment button, right? So that all your clients have to do is push the button. The company calls them at the appointment time they chose. The company tailors an action plan to their unique credit profile. The company signs them up and then the company sends you your money. I mean, it's easy as pie. You gotta love it. And what I'm saying is we're still on cash flow management. But for that extra $30 a month, it helps you lower your taxes, lower your debt, lower your expenses, and raise your credit score. If you decide to do the $79 a month package, you even get 3 non-dispute letters sent out on your behalf every month. Can you believe that? You get $1 million worth of identity theft insurance and all of that. But the non-dispute letters are letters that go to the creditor, not the credit bureau, but the creditor. So if you owe Macy's, then they're going to write Macy's because all we need is a letter of paid as agreed. Just because you owe the money doesn't mean it has to be negative on your report. But you didn't know that because no one taught us that. No one taught us anything about credit. Nobody taught us anything about taxes. My point is that all of that stops tonight because now you've got a whole team with you. And guess what? The $79 a month is only $59 right now. That's why this is the time to get started. And then the package that's normally $49 is only $29. That's why now is the time to get started. There's never been a better time. Now, what's the second solution? The second solution after cash flow management is business income. I'm only giving you 3 solutions. So the first one was cash flow management. Well, the second one is business income. What if I told you that you could get started with this company for as little as $50 and then turn that into $2,000 in the first 30 days? For just the first 30 days of work, you've already taken the 50 and made enough money for some people to replace a month of work. What I'm trying to say to you is that once you serve, you deserve. Say it with me now. Somebody give it to me in the comments. You got to serve before you deserve. So millionaires, the $2,000 isn't the exciting part. The exciting part is once you have more residual income than you have residual bills, you're what we call free. So if you add up all of your bills and your bills are at $3,000 a month, once we get you to $3,500 a month, you're free. And people in this industry make $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $30,000. I know realtors who make $20,000 a month before they've even sold a house because they built that big. Remember earlier we said that getting rich is not about timing, it's about time. It's about the fact that you keep on planting your seeds, which means you continue to schedule harvest. And then before you know it, that season comes. But if you ain't got nothing going, then you ain't got nothing coming. Business income is important. And whether you join for the $50, whether you join for the $249, which gets you the business plus your own credit, the whole Novae money package that we just talked about, or if you join for the $499, which allows you to not only get the business, the benefits, the tax benefits that is, the bonuses, the credit restoration and complimentary credit education, but you also, in the $499 package, get to offer business credit and lending. Now, real quick, I'm going to explain to you why business credit is so important and why it can be so lucrative for you. Listen, I don't want to get too complex, right? But I promise you the information you need to get wealthy. We're about to get out of here. I don't want to get too complex, but here's what I want you to understand. If you have 2 entrepreneurs standing side by side, right? 2 entrepreneurs standing side by side, and one is funding their business with their personal credit, and the other one's using business credit. Listen, the guy with personal credit could have a better product, better, quicker service, more valuable knowledge, etc., so forth, and it's still going to get destroyed by the guy using business credit. Why, Zeke? That sounds insane. If he's better, he should win. I get it. But you saying that means you are not financially literate as you should be. But it's going to change tonight. Don't worry. Check this out. When you're using your personal credit and you have, let's say, a $10,000 limit, you really only have what? A $3,000 limit. Because once you use more than 30%, your utilization ratio starts to destroy your credit score. Now you have to pay more to buy money. But this guy over here is using business credit. That means he only has to pay back 1% to 1.5%, while this guy right here has to stay under 30%. Do you get what I'm saying? So this guy's opening up a second location. This guy's got company vehicles. This guy has bought himself the time to figure out all the stuff this guy knew naturally. So every time this guy destroys everything moving. Again, this is what Donald Trump does, for those that don't know. But it's not because he's white. It's not because he was born rich. It's because he's financially literate. Am I making sense to somebody out there? So when you're on the $499 package, you also get to offer business credit, but you don't have to become an expert at it. No, you just offer them your appointment button. They set up the appointment. The company does the rest. Don't worry about it. And every time somebody gets, for instance, that business package, you make $500 just like that. They paid a little $2,500. One of my buddies, shouts out to Jamal Flono, he does that twice a day, all the time now. That's $1,000 a day, every time he does 2 of them in a day. Because everybody needs business credit. Everybody's doing business loans, but no one's offering business credit. We take them from business credibility straight through Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, and Tier 4 business credit. So in other words, all the way from vendor credit, all the way to cash credit. We take them from vendor to revolving store credit to fleet credit, all the way up to cash credit. From $50,000 all the way to $5 million, we're able to offer that, and you're able to offer it too. You're basically a human financial services company. So you're not only increasing your own finances, but once you serve, you begin to deserve. Isn't that interesting? So millionaires, that's it for me. I hope this has been fun. You know, the $4.99 package is on sale for only $2.99. The $2.49 package is on sale for only $1.49. And if you don't have the $2.99 or the $1.49, you better grab the $50. Even the $1.99 credit restoration package is only $99 tonight. So do yourself a favor and get started, because the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. But the second best time is when, y'all? Right now. Y'all knew that. Y'all knew that. All right, I'm out of here. I love you guys. And get with the person that put you on here, and they can get you started in Novae. It's real simple. Before you go buying all this crap for everybody else, treat yourself to financial literacy. Treat yourself to an 800 credit score, because an 800 credit score is worth $100,000 or more of buying power. So what we're about to do is create 1,000 of them, because that's 100 million financially literate dollars that we just put in that community. We're going to do it in your community, Dennis. We're going to do it your community, Kim. We're going to do it in your community, Rayshawn. We're going to do it in your community, Shamar. We're going to do it in your community, Brett. We're going to do it in your community, Amar. We're going to do it in your community, Edward. And what we're going to do is, in each of the 50 states in America, we're going to create 800 scores all over the state. We're going to create 1,000 in every state in America, and we're going to do it in the next 3 years. So if that's something that you want to be a part of, we welcome you. And as always, remember, either your mind has to expand to match your goals, or your goals will start to shrink to match your mind. I see you at the bank. Well, I see you at the beach. I see you at the top. Well, I see you from the top, but I ain't coming back down. Good night, y'all.